Okay, hey, nice to see you again.
Good to see you, pal. How you been?
Good, good. So we got a short interview, so I gotta go right to the questions.
Good, man.
I'm not sure how often it's been that a movie based in a book gets a sequel not based in a book. So
Exactly.
can you talk about that? How that happened? Did you get Darcy's blessing to do this, or how did that happen?
Yeah, yeah. Actually, she was at our premiere last night. It was really fun to see her. No, she's thrilled. It's. I just love these characters, and then the movie had really caught on streaming. Really found a whole new audience, and was kind of number one all over the world for a long time when it was going to different platforms. And there was interest in doing it, and I thought, what, let's break the no sequels rule because I really want to work with Blake and Anna again. And there's something nice about doing a sequel that's not based on that doesn't have a book because then we can just kind of take it wherever we want to take it.
Did you have to go to Anna and Blake first and kind of say, "Hey, would you want to do this," or did you already know that they were interested in doing another one?
No, I wanted to. I need to ask them first because it had been at the time when we sold it, it had been like 4 years or whatever. And no, they both jumped at it. They love these characters. They're just too much fun for them to play, and they really love working together. I mean, their chemistry is through the roof. That scene behind you when they're in the pool. I mean, that was the third day of shooting, and I was just like, oh my God, their chemistry is off the chart.
Yeah, I love how funny and snarky it gets and how catty they get at each other. It's really kind of brilliant. I mean, I don't remember that much of it that in the first movie either, but so it really would up the game there.
Yeah, they got stuck together more in this one than they did in the in the first one.
Yeah. So I mean, I have to imagine that one of the appeals for everyone involved is to go to Capri or Italy to shoot.
Mhm.
What was that experience like? I mean, obviously we've seen so many like classic Italian films shot there. It's a beautiful country. It's shot
Yeah.
beautifully. What made you want to kind of move it there?
I love Capri and I love Italy. That's where I vacation, and my wife and I've been vacationing for 30 years. And it's so beautiful, and I love movies, especially these thrillers, like terrible things happening in beautiful places
Hmm.
is kind of really interesting to me. But it was not an easy shoot. The language barrier gets tough sometimes with your crew, and shooting in Capri. It's very difficult because it's a very small island with not a lot of access. There's no cars really, except the cars that go up and down from the marina to the main part of town, and then everything else is foot traffic and these little carts. And so you stop traffic for 2 minutes to shoot a scene, and thousands of people back up, and everybody wants to kill you, basically.
Well, that's the same place anywhere pretty much in
Yeah,
Europe.
that's
In
true.
Europe.
Exactly.
Was there any kind of like infrastructure? I mean, did they have cameras and stuff like that, or did you have to ship it all in and
All
do it all?
shipped in.
Oh wow, okay.
Everything on that island has to come from Naples, because it has to come over on a ferry. So yeah, it's logistically tough.
And you mentioned before about how the original movie did so well on streaming over the years, and that was kind of like the incentive. I mean, when you went to Amazon, was any kind of talk about getting a theatrical release? I know your last movie was also on Amazon Prime Video, so
Yeah, no, I mean, when we made the deal, it was for streaming. It was to
okay.
be a streaming movie, yeah, and it got a little more cinematic than I think any of us thought it was going to originally be when we first pitched the idea. But look, I love being theatrical, but at the same time, the amount of people that can access a movie on streaming is exciting because at the end of the day, as a filmmaker, you just want the most people to see your movie, and so I'm all for that, all for that.
Yeah, I was lucky to see it with an audience, at least a small one. So at least I got there's a
Yeah.
lot of it's a very funny movie, and you want to laugh with people for sure.
Yeah, I mean that's my hope is that when people watch it, they'll kind of get friends to come over and they can watch it as a group just to have that experience. Because yeah, it was engineered to be a group experience, definitely.
Now that you popped your sequel cherry, I mean, you still you think you want to do another sequel in the future? I mean, you have a lot of movies that warrant a sequel, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I love making movies. I love making original things, and I think the biggest thing that keeps me from doing a lot of sequels, other than the fear of messing them up, is that it takes me away from doing something original for a year, and I don't know. Just made The Housemaid, which I'm in post on, and that was so much fun to have completely different genre and story and a cast that I hadn't worked with before. It's really fun. So, but never say never. There could be a spy two at some point. Who knows?
Oh, yeah, I think there was talk of a Spy 2 at one point. Or am I
Oh,
crazy
it's
or
always been on IMDb.
okay?
It's completely false, but
I feel like the last time I spoke to you was for Spy. Actually, it might have been. I'm not sure.
oh
Is
my
that
God,
that that
yeah,
long ago? That long ago? Yeah, yeah. So,
10
so
years, 10 years, dude. Like,
wow. Okay. Well, listen, man. It's great seeing you again. Congratulations on this movie. I'm sure people will enjoy it,
thanks.
however they see it. I'm sure. and it'll probably do well enough that they're going to come to you and want to make another one. So we'll see what happens.
Fingers crossed.
Okay.
Okay, thanks, man.
Thanks, guys. Take care.
Cheers.